Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lori. It feels good to be back. I have been on a road trip for about 3 weeks, traveling all around and just taking some time off. And I really shut down and detached from everything. And I just got back to Mount Shasta today, this evening actually. And it was interesting. I wanted to share what I experienced today and what I have been told to share with you guys. So for those of you that don't know me or are new to my channel, I work with star beings. I work with all different types of star beings. And what I do is I communicate and I channel messages from them. And these messages always tend to kind of shift our perspective, remind us of what's really going on, give us the bigger picture of what's happening. And I also reunite humanity with their star families. So I introduce your star families to you through etheric journeys into Mount Shasta, into Telos, and into other star portals. And so when I took this time out the last couple of weeks, these beautiful beings of mine that are around me all the time, these beautiful guides that I have, they really kind of let me have my time and let me have my space. And as soon as I rounded the corner and I was about 45 minutes from the mountain, Mount Shasta, I started to hear them again, and they started to come back, and it was almost adorable, sort of cute, because I started hearing them saying, okay, it's time, let's get to work, there's a lot you need to share, And I was like, where have you guys been? They're like, oh, we gave you a break. And I want to preface something in terms of how I experience star beings. And I will do another video right after this about really specifically about star beings, because there's a lot of information out there. And a lot of people that are talking about these beautiful beings as if they are, these beings that we have to learn how to communicate with, and that there are techniques that we have to use, and all of this really nonsense that is just not true. And so when I communicate with them, when I hear them, quote unquote, hear them, it's energy that I'm receiving. It's like a feeling. It's an emotion. It's a combination of like visions, information that comes through, and energy. And the energy is a feeling. I start to feel it. And then I have to dissect it all. So it's not like I'm just hearing this like download of information of words and words and words and words and words, messages. It's also like an energetic dropping down of energy, of emotion, of feeling. And then there's pictures they show me, visions that they'll show me in terms of how they communicate with me. So I just wanted to put that out there, because I think that there's a lot of questions about, well, what does it sound like when you're talking to a star being, and how does it feel, and what does it look like? And it's very different it's different for a lot of people, I think. But what's important to understand is that it's natural, that it's normal, that it's our birthright, and that there is nothing spectacular or unique that you need to learn. There aren't any tools that you need to learn in terms of communicating with them. And I'm going to save the rest of my rant about this for my next video that I'm going to do right after this. But the reason I'm sharing this is because they started giving me all this information. And what they were doing with me is they were shifting me out of this sort of matrix that we're all in, right? This programming that we're all in, this humanness that we're all in, the way we do the things that we do. And we just naturally get caught up in it. We're naturally caught up in our everyday routine. How we think, how we feel, how we process things, how we look at things, how we move through things, right? And we learn it from other people. We learn it from the media. We learn it from teachers. We learn it from things outside of ourselves for the most part. And we follow, right? That's just what we do. And so we've been doing it for hundreds and hundreds of years. And what's happening through our shift, through our ascension, through the breaking up of the consciousness, through the raising of our frequency, which is happening naturally, which I always say, there's nothing that we need to do to raise our frequency. It's just happening on a very natural process. What's happening is we are starting to be we are being asked to start to step out of the old ways of doing things, the old paradigms, the old beliefs, the old thoughts, the old laws, the old constructs, collective consciousnesses. We are being asked to step out of it. We have to start to step out of it. And so these beautiful beings literally kind of picked me up and allowed me to start to see the human being, the way they see us. And as I was driving up the mountain, I really started to tap into, wow, like how we look at other teachers, how we read other people's words, how we read books, how we watch videos, how we are looking outside of ourselves and watching other people that look like they are doing it in a more advanced way, that look like they have it all together, that look like they can teach us because they've gone through it, right? That look like and speak and talk as if they are already vibrating at a fifth dimensional frequency, which, by the way, is not happening. You can't be in a physical body and be vibrating at a fifth dimensional frequency. It can't happen physics wise, energy wise. We can shift in and out of higher frequencies. So you can kind of shift into the fourth dimensional frequency. You could possibly shift into that fifth dimensional frequency. If you shifted into a fifth dimensional frequency, you would literally see right through your hands. Okay? You would see right through your feet. That's what it feels like and looks like to be in a fifth dimensional frequency. So for anybody that's saying that they're living in a fifth dimensional frequency, then they sure the heck aren't living in that in a third dimensional physical body. It would be impossible. Just based on physics alone. Forget about like belief systems. Just physics alone. It's impossible if you're still in a physical third dimensional dense body. What is happening to humans, what is happening to all of us is we are getting caught up in this spiritual lingo. We're getting caught up in watching all these people moving through their ascension process and being able to tap into these higher realms and being able to, sit and meditate and move into these higher frequencies, being able to channel beings, being able to feel their higher selves and communicate with their higher selves, being able to vibrate and allow their bodies to vibrate. The list can go on and on and on. And the problem with this is that a lot of us are feeling inadequate. A lot of us are feeling like we're not doing it right. We're feeling like we're behind, that we need to catch up. You read all these posts on Instagram, you read these amazing words, these beautiful, large, big, huge, ginormous spiritual words that half the time I have no idea what this person is talking about. And all these people are agreeing and saying, oh my God, yes, that's what's happening. That's what's going on. And that's where I'm moving. And then they go home and they come back into reality and they get in arguments and they get in fights and they have to pay their bills and they get stressed out because they don't have enough money and they don't like their job and reality sets in, right? So what's happening and what these star beings have been showing me today is that we need to start to bring ourselves back down into a really grounded, normal human space. That there's nothing that we need to do. There's nothing that we need to do. And what they mean when they say that is we complicate things, right? Like we hear these really big spiritual words and we're like, oh, I should be doing that. I should be feeling that way. I should be creating a crystal grid for the summer solstice and meditating. I should be, bringing in my higher self on a regular basis. I should be eating the correct foods. I should, right? We're watching all these people doing all these things, talking all this language, and we feel like we should be there. And most of us aren't. Most of us are very human. Most of us are very third dimensional. Most of us are very dense, right? Because that's where we are. We're doing the best we can with what we have. And the unfortunate thing is is that we are looking out at all these other people creating these realities that may or may not be true. We have no idea what life looks like for them behind closed doors, okay? And we are judging ourselves. And we are saying that we're not doing it good enough, that we have to do it a specific way, that we are slow to the game, you know, and it's a disservice. It's a disservice to yourself because you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And we hear those terms a lot, but it's absolutely true. And to push yourself towards something that you aren't at yet, to force yourself to do something that you don't feel aligned with, to get upset with yourself that you're not in a specific place or in a higher vibration and or higher alignment with yourself or whatever it may be that's coming through, right? It's a disservice. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. If you saw what I see when these beings lift me up and let me see humanity, it's like what they want you to understand right now is that there is nothing you need to do but be present in your physical life, to just move through your life right now with whatever it's handing you. That's it. This process, this ascension, this shifting, it's happening no matter what you do. Summer solstice, the Stargate portals, every single day is just as potent as the day before and is just as potent as tomorrow's going to be. So there's all these messages of like, oh, for the next 5 days, there's going to be this portal that's going to open and you know, make sure that you access it and that you take advantage of it. As a star being, which is what they show me what it looks like as a being of light. That's nonsense. Every single day is powerful. Every single day is potent. Every single day is intense. Every single day there is an opportunity to move into a stargate or a star portal or other dimensions or other frequencies. So can we step back a little bit and not get so caught up in what everybody's getting caught up in, right? Can we take the weight off our shoulders that we're not doing it right? You know, that we're sick, that we can't get out of bed, that we're not doing anything, that we feel like we're wasting time. You are on that conveyor belt. You are on your unique conveyor belt, no matter what you're doing. No matter how difficult it may be, no matter how easy it may be, no matter how aligned you may feel, or no matter how disaligned or unaligned you may feel. None of it matters, because no matter what, you are moving through this ascension process, regardless of what anybody says, regardless of where people say you should be, regardless of any of the energy forecasts that may or may not be correct, regardless of how fast people are shifting into higher frequencies, or these people that talk about how they're traveling into all these dimensions and experiencing the new earth and all this other stuff, right? It doesn't matter. That's their process. That's their journey. That's where they are. That's the path they're on. It may or may not be true. We don't know. What's important to remember and what's important to stay focused on is that you're doing it. It's not always easy. It's not always hard. It's not always a struggle, but you're doing it no matter what it looks like. And how can we begin, right? How can we start to begin to watch this kind of show happening? Watch the spiritual community happen. Watch the media happen. Watch, you know, the very intense conflicts that are happening. How can we step back and start to watch it, understanding that we are constantly shifting? Tiny, minute shifting even if you're in pain, even if you're in struggle, even if it looks like nothing's happening, even if you watch other people's YouTube videos or you read, posts on Instagram and Facebook about, what is happening on the planet and, what people are experiencing and feeling and all of these things. How can we start to remember and realize that we are doing the best we can and we are exactly where we are supposed to be, and that no matter what, you're shifting. No matter what. This is an absolute truth that has been coming down from these beautiful, beautiful beings of light. These are beings of light that are your family. These are beings of light that are supporting you. These are beings of light that are always connected to you on an energetic frequency, okay? This is information that we need to remember over and over again so that we don't continue to beat ourselves up, so that we don't continue to look at other people and say, oh, they have it better than I do. Oh, they're doing it better than I do. I'm not doing it the way they are. I should be doing it that way. I should go and do what they're doing. And another thing that we need to remember is there is no guidebooks. There is no step-by-step process. There is no, well, this is how I did it, so this is how you should do it process. There is no process in this. It just is. It just is. It's happening. We are just participating in it. We're in it. We're participating. We're moving with it. But this is a collective thing that is happening. And you're going along for the ride. Whether you are, doing your purpose work or not, doesn't matter. Whether you are happy in your job or not, doesn't matter. Whether you are a vegan or not, doesn't matter. Whether you channel beings of light or not, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is that you're here, that you came down into a physical body, that you're volunteering right now. That's what matters, is that you're here, you're participating. We get so caught up in the details. We get so caught up in the human aspect of it. Like, oh, it's a summer solstice, I should be doing this. Oh, it's a summer solstice, I should be doing this. Or, oh, people are talking about the energy, so I need to be doing this, or I need to be doing that. And, oh, I haven't been channeling the right way, or I need to write my book, or I need to be doing my purpose work. We get so caught up in these things that we're making it more challenging and difficult than it needs to be. And making it easy for ourselves is actually challenging. It can be a little bit hard because we don't believe that it can be that simple. We don't give ourselves the credit. We don't allow ourselves to say, you know what? Exactly where I am is exactly where I am. It's exactly where I should be. I am excelling at this ascension. I am rocking it. I am nailing the ascension process. I am nailing it because I'm in a physical body and I'm moving with it. I'm moving. That's all you have to do is take the steps and move. And what does that mean? It means you just stay present with what's in front of you. Whatever it may be. You may be going through a challenging divorce and you're still moving through the ascension process. You're still accelerating. You're still shifting. Okay? You may be moving into a different job and really struggling with money right now, right? Who cares? That's what's going on. That's in your present moment. That's not going to stay. Everything shifts. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. And you will move through it. And you will still continue to shift and ascend. No matter what. You don't have to pray. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to have crystals around you. You don't have to listen to certain music or watch certain videos or read certain books or do step-by-step processes or take courses. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. I'm serious. You don't. It will happen. It's a natural process that's happening. And these star beings are watching us. And they're watching it get more intense on the planet, right? So as more energy comes in, as more frequency rises on the planet, right? And within ourselves, it's getting more and more intense. And we're making it more and more challenging. We're making it more and more complicated by making ourselves feel like we should be doing it a certain way, or we need to be doing it a certain way, or we're not doing it right. Comparing ourselves to other people. What if it's all okay exactly where you are? What if it's exactly perfect where you are and what you're going through? What if it's exactly what you need to be going through? What if you designed it this way? This is the perfect design that you created for your life, as annoying and painful and hellish as it may be. It doesn't stay. Nothing's permanent. Especially in this process of ascension, nothing is permanent. Everything is shifting. And where you are right now, you will not be in a month. Where you are in a month, you will not be in a month from there. And so let us relax. Stop looking at all of these other teachers and all of these other people that are speaking about this process in a place where it is as if they have already shifted or already evolved or already moved into those spaces. If you're in a third dimensional physical body, you haven't gone anywhere, and you're not in a fifth dimensional space. You can move in and out of it. You can always move in and out of those frequencies. But until we raise our frequency enough to no longer have this dense third dimensional physical body sitting here, we're in the third dimension. So it's a long process. It's going to take a long time. Okay, look at this physical form. This is a dense physical form. It's going to shift eventually into a fifth dimensional form, which is much more light, much more light, much more light. And so it's going to take a process. It's going to take a very long time to move into a fifth dimensional frequency. It's not overnight. So if there are people speaking about already moving into that space or already being in that frequency, look at their bodies. Are they physical? Are they dense? Can you see them? Then they're not in a fifth dimensional space yet. So don't compare yourself. You're on the planet. You volunteered to be here. It doesn't matter if you're doing your purpose work right now or not. It doesn't matter. You will move into it. There are forces so much bigger than ourselves that we can see and feel that are guiding us. And all they want us to do is relax. All they want us to do is surrender to our everyday moments. All they want us to do is to stop beating ourselves up that we're not doing it good enough or right. They want us to just relax. They want us to love ourselves for exactly where we are in our process and in our conveyor belt and our path. That conveyor belt moves no matter what you do, no matter how many breakdowns you have. That conveyor belt is always moving, and you are on it no matter what. You never get off that conveyor belt. If you volunteered to be in a physical body at this time during this ascension, you're on the conveyor belt. The challenging part is that the more and more we wake up, the more and more we remember, the more and more we start to feel and tap into who we are and why we're here, the more we get judgmental about it, the more we judge our process, the more we make things right and wrong, the more we say we're not doing it fast enough, the more we say, well, I should be doing it this way or that way, or how that person is, or I should be doing my purpose work, whatever it is. So the more awake we become, the more we're going to judge our process and our journey. And so can we begin to wake up more and more and settle into and just be okay with exactly where we are? And that no matter what, you're shifting. No matter what, you're moving. This is such a slow process that you can't see it happening. You can't see yourself shifting. But it's happening. You're shifting. We all are. Some of us can feel it more intensely than others. Some of us express it in different ways, but we're all shifting. We're all shifting. So that was the message, that one of the many messages that came through tonight as I was driving up the mountain, is stop making it so complicated. Stop with the spiritual words. Stop with I should be doing it a certain way. I should be farther along. Just be happy and grateful that you're here. Be happy and grateful that you're in a physical body participating in this. You volunteered to be here. You volunteered as a spirit to be in that physical body that you're in right now. You're not missing the boat. You're not missing the boat. No matter what you do, you're not missing it. It's not going to happen. You're on it. You're moving. The hardest part, one of the hardest parts of our ascension process, is understanding that no matter where you're at, no matter what your life looks like, no matter what's going on out there, you're going, you're shifting, you're ascending, you're moving. It doesn't matter. We need to relax into that. Take the pressure off, take the weight off our shoulders. Stop looking at other people and other teachers, especially the ones that use those complicated, big spiritual words. This process isn't complicated. This process doesn't have big words. It's very simple. It's very easy. It's called shifting. It's called staying present. It's called just walking through your life. It's so much easier and less complicated than we make it. And when these beautiful beings look down on the planet and watch how complicated we're making it, all these fancy words we're using to describe it, all these fancy ways that we're moving through it, they love us. They love us unconditionally, but they want us to relax into this process. Just let it be. Let it just be. They want you to know you're doing it, to stop beating yourself up. You're doing it. No matter if you're sick, no matter if you have illness or disease, no matter if you're in pain, no matter if you're having emotional distress, physical distress, mental distress, whether you're where you want to be or you're not where you want to be, whether you're getting into fights with your loved ones or you're not, whether you're unhappy on your job or you're loving your job, whether you're doing your purpose work or not doing your purpose work, none of it matters, because you're a spirit in a physical body moving through the ascension process in your own unique conveyor belt, no matter what. What if it was that easy? What if there was nothing you needed to do? What if there was nothing you needed to do? Think about that for a minute. If there was absolutely nothing you needed to do in this ascension process, but just be where you are, that's it. Think of how much pressure would be taken off of you. Think of the amount of pressure we put on ourselves because we're moving through ascension. It's not meant to be like that. This is not. There's nothing you need to do. It's meant to be easy. So I think that's it for now. I hope you guys can get this energy from this video. I hope you can feel them through this transmission, through these words. I hope you can feel it. I hope you can really sit with this for a moment and feel the energy that I'm feeling right now from them. Feeling how much we're loved. Feeling how difficult we're making this for ourselves. Feeling how honored they are of us to make the choice, to make the decision to come into a physical body right now, to be here on the planet, to shift and ascend, to assist humanity in ascending. And there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. And no matter what, who you are right now, on an energetic level, on a frequency level, is not going to be who you are in 6 months. No matter what you do. No matter what you do. Who you are right now, on an energetic level, on a frequency level, is not who you're going to be in 6 months. You will be at a different frequency in 6 months. These are tiny increments. This isn't like fourth dimensional frequency. That's what I'm saying. These are tiny increments. It's like the knob is constantly turning. And the number that you're at right now is not going to be the number that you're at in 6 months. No matter what you do. No matter what you do. No matter what you do. The frequency within you is shifting, and you'll be at a different frequency in 6 months. You could sit on a toilet for 6 months in the middle of the forest, and you can step out of that bathroom 6 months later, and your frequency will have shifted. You can sit on Mount Shasta for 6 months and meditate and vibrate and bring your consciousness up and pull in your higher self and all the other blah, blah, blah stuff. And your frequency will have shifted just the same. So we as humans make it difficult and challenging, like we have to do these things for ourselves. We have to sit in circles. We have to pull in these lights and frequencies and all these things. We make it really challenging. There's nothing to do. Just go about your day. You're shifting. Who you are now is not who you're going to be in 6 months on an energetic level, no matter what you do. Relax. Relax. It's happening, no matter what. It's happening no matter what. I feel like I'm like a record player going over and over again the same words. But this is the message they wanted to get across. This is the message. So I hope you feel it. I hope you hear it. I hope you can experience it inside your body. And I hope that if this resonates with you, that you're able to relax just a little bit. I know it's tough out there. I know it's hard out there. I know that it's also exciting and amazing and so fun, right? It's so fun. It's so joyful. There's so much love. There's so much amazingness happening. And there's intensity. And there's pain and there's struggle. So know that no matter what, you're moving. And take the pressure off you that there's anything you need to do. There's nothing. Just be you. And be grateful for yourself. And remember who you are. Remember that you're a spirit that said, I'd like to go down on the planet. I'd like to go down on this earth plane and participate in this amazing process of ascension. I'd like to volunteer now. And you came. And that's happening. That's your plan, no matter what you do. No matter what you do. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening and watching this video. Thank you for watching the other videos. And I appreciate you all. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you like it. Pass it on to people if you feel like there's other people that would resonate. And I will be back with another video on star beans. And I have another video that I'm going to put out on how to tell the difference between higher self and ego. And another video on programming, how programmed we are and how we need to step out of the programming. There's a lot coming in. But I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye.